Timeless wisdom quotes that will shift your perspective. There are moments in life when a single quote, a few words spoken or written centuries ago, can hit you like lightning. Doesn't just sound good. Changes something in you. It pulls back the curtain and shows you a deeper truth, a new way to see the world, or the courage to finally choose peace over chaos. Welcome to Bloomsage Nest, where wisdom, personal growth, and soul-deep healing come together. In today's video, you won't just hear powerful quotes, you'll feel them. You'll discover why they matter, what they reveal about life, and how they can help you evolve into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. These timeless words come from philosophers, spiritual leaders, and thinkers who saw beyond the surface of life. And as you listen, you'll find their wisdom becoming part of your own story, shifting your perspective, igniting your purpose, and deepening your understanding of yourself and the world. So take a deep breath. Slow down. Let these words find you. Let them challenge you. Let them guide you. Because sometimes all it takes is one quote to awaken something eternal in you. Quote 1. He who has a why to live can bear almost anyhow. Friedrich Nietzsche. At first glance, it's just a quote about endurance. But if you look closer, it holds the secret to emotional resilience, personal transformation, and unshakable strength. What Nietzsche understood, and what modern psychology later confirmed, is this. Humans are not just built to survive. We are built to endure with purpose. When life feels unbearable, it's not the pain itself that breaks us. It's the lack of meaning behind the pain. Think about it. Two people can go through the exact same loss, the same struggle, or the same trauma. One crumbles. The other rises. Why? The difference lies in the why. Your why is your anchor. It's your faith, your calling, your love for your family, your dream of a better future. It's the reason you get up, even on the days when your soul feels tired and your heart feels heavy. And here's the beauty. Your why doesn't have to be grand. Just has to be real. Could be the belief that your story can help someone else. It could be the hope that your children will grow up in a more healed world. It could be the quiet promise you made to yourself to never give up again. When your why is strong, the how, no matter how brutal, unfair, or exhausting, becomes bearable. This quote invites us to pause and ask, what is your why? What meaning are you holding on to that makes the journey worth it? Because once you find it, really find it, you become unbreakable. Not because life gets easier, but because you become deeper, stronger, and wiser than anything life can throw at you. Quote 2. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Aristotle. In a world that constantly tells you who to be, what to chase, and what success should look like, there is nothing more radical, nothing more wise than the journey inward. Aristotle wasn't talking about shallow self-awareness here. He was pointing to something deeper. The kind of knowing that comes from confronting your fears, sitting with your shadows, and embracing both your strengths and your flaws with honest clarity. Wisdom begins when we stop outsourcing our identity. When we stop asking the world, "Who am I?" and instead start listening to the still, quiet voice within. It's easy to perform for approval, to blend in, to build a version of yourself that pleases others but leaves you feeling hollow. But here's the truth. You cannot live a wise, meaningful life if you are disconnected from who you truly are. Knowing yourself means understanding what lights up your soul, what drains your spirit, what values you refuse to compromise, and what wounds still shape how you love, trust, and grow. And it also means being at peace with your evolving nature. Because self-knowledge is not a destination, it's a lifelong unfolding. You are not fixed. You are not broken. You are a work in sacred progress. This quote is a quiet but powerful call to stop running, numbing, or pretending. To instead stand still, look in the mirror, not just the one on your wall, but the one inside your heart, and say, "Here I am, all of me. I'm ready to understand, accept, and evolve." Because once you truly know yourself, you stop living by default and start living by design. You stop chasing validation and start walking in wisdom. Quote 3. The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. William Shakespeare. This quote stings a little. And that's exactly why it's powerful. True wisdom is humble. It doesn't boast. It doesn't pretend to know it all. Instead, it acknowledges the vastness of life, the mysteries, the unanswered questions, and the parts of ourselves still under construction. Shakespeare was holding up a mirror to our egos. He was saying, beware of thinking you've arrived. Beware of certainty that silences curiosity. Because the moment you believe you have it all figured out, that's the moment you stop growing. The wise are not afraid to admit they were wrong. They're not ashamed to say, I don't know. And they're not too proud to learn from anyone, no matter how young, poor, or different that person may seem. Humility is the soil in which wisdom takes root. It takes real strength to say, I was wrong. I still have so much to learn. Tell me your story. I want to understand. And in a world addicted to being right, the wise choose a different path. The path of listening over shouting, compassion over pride, growth over comfort. This quote reminds us, you don't have to know it all to walk in wisdom. You just have to be open, curious, humble enough to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Because the wisest people are not the loudest. They are the ones still asking questions, still learning, still becoming. Quote 4. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Ralph Waldo Emerson. This is the call of the trailblazer. The call to live boldly, to carve out your own unique path, even if it means stepping into the unknown. We live in a world that often urges conformity. Follow the system, stay within the lines, and take this safe route. But Emerson's wisdom calls us to question that. He dares us to choose the road less traveled, the one that feels risky, uncertain, and challenging. But here's the paradox. It's in the uncertainty that we find true growth. When you leave the beaten path, you leave behind the comfort zone where growth stagnates. You step into a realm where creativity flows, where new experiences await, and where your truest self can rise up. Think about it. Every time someone did something extraordinary, whether it was building a business, creating a work of art, or starting a movement, they had to walk where no one had walked before. They had to trust themselves, trust the process, and trust that their journey would reveal something significant. It's not easy. In fact, it's downright scary at times. But greatness is never found on the easy path. It's forged in the fire of risk, failure, and persistence. Emerson's words are a reminder that you are here to make an impact, not just follow in the footsteps of others. You're here to leave a legacy, a trail of your own creation. And when you do, you'll inspire others to step out of their own shadows and begin forging their own paths. So, the next time you're faced with a choice, ask yourself, am I following the crowd, or am I creating something new? Am I afraid to take a step that feels unfamiliar? Because the world needs you to step into the unknown with courage. The world needs your unique path, the one only you can walk. Quote 5. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill. This quote speaks directly to the heart of every setback, every disappointment, and every moment when the path forward seems unclear. Success and failure are not destinations. They are simply stepping stones in the ongoing journey of life. It's easy to celebrate success when everything aligns and victory seems guaranteed. It's easy to bask in the glory of the finish line. But the real test isn't when we succeed. It's what we do after the victory or after the failure. Life will always throw curveballs. Success can be fleeting, and failure can feel like a permanent state if we let it. But here's where the courage comes in. True courage isn't found in the absence of fear or failure. It's found in choosing to continue, even when everything within you says to quit. Consider this. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before he succeeded in inventing the light bulb. Steve Jobs was ousted from the very company he founded, only to return later and revolutionize the tech industry. In their stories and countless others, the key to their ultimate success was not the lack of failure, but their ability to rise after each setback and continue moving forward. So what about you? Have you stumbled? Have you faced moments where you wanted to give up? It's okay. You're not alone. Failure is not a mark against you. It's proof that you tried, that you pushed your limits, and that you are learning. Success is just the next step on the path. It's temporary, can fade. But the courage to continue, that is what builds character, what builds resilience, and what ultimately leads to true success. Remember, it's not about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you choose to get back up. Quote 6. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. Steve Jobs. When Steve Jobs said this, he wasn't just speaking about work in the conventional sense. He was talking about passion, purpose, and the immense power of doing what lights up your soul. Great work is not done by those who simply punch in and punch out. Great work is done by those who are all in, who pour their heart into their craft, who are excited by the process, not just the outcome. But here's the thing, passion is not always easy. There will be days when you don't feel like showing up. Days when you question if it's worth the effort. And that's when the true test of loving what you do shows up. Because love for your work isn't about waiting for motivation to strike. It's about showing up, day in and day out, even when the results aren't immediate. When you love your work, it stops being just a job. It becomes a calling. It becomes an expression of who you are and what you believe. It's a powerful force that propels you forward, even through the toughest times. And what's more, when you love what you do, others feel it. Your passion becomes contagious, and the energy you put out into the world inspires those around you. People are drawn to those who are truly aligned with their work, and they'll want to be a part of that energy. This is not just about professional work. It's about all that you do in life, whether it's a hobby, a relationship, or a cause you care deeply about. True greatness comes when you love what you do and do it with everything inside of you. So ask yourself, do you love what you do? If not, what would make you feel alive in your work or life? And if you already do, how can you pour even more of your heart into it? Because when you work from a place of love, you're no longer working for the paycheck or the accolades. You're working for the joy, the fulfillment, and the growth that comes from doing something you truly care about. Quote 7. The best way to predict your future is to create it. Abraham Lincoln. This quote hits deep because it places the responsibility of your future squarely in your hands. It reminds you that you are not a passive bystander in your own life. You are the creator of your destiny. Too often, we sit back and wait for life to unfold, hoping for the best, but Lincoln's wisdom challenges us to take a proactive role in shaping our futures. We can't control everything, but we do have control over the actions we take, the decisions we make, and the mindset we cultivate. The key here is intentionality. You don't wait for opportunities to knock on your door. You build your doors and walk through them. You don't wait for someone else to tell you who you can become. You decide that for yourself. How do you create your future? It's through the choices you make today. It's through the small, consistent actions you take, even when it feels like no one is watching. It's through the vision you hold for your life and the courage to pursue it, even when the road is uncertain. Creating your future isn't about grand gestures. It's about the small steps you take every day that align with your bigger purpose. Whether it's learning a new skill, building healthy habits, or nurturing your relationships, each action builds momentum toward the life you desire. Your future isn't some random event that just happens. It's the result of the dreams you dare to dream, the risks you take, and the effort you put in today. So take ownership of your life. Don't wait for someone else to shape your future. You hold the pen to your own story, and today is a new page waiting to be written. Quote 8. It is never too late to be what you might have been. George Eliot. This quote is a beautiful reminder that there is no expiration date on your dreams. No matter where you are in life, no matter how old you are, you have the power to reinvent yourself, to pursue your passions, and to become the person you were meant to be. How often do we tell ourselves that we're too old, too late, or too far along in our lives to make a change? We tell ourselves, that dream is for younger people. Or, I missed my chance. But George Eliot's words cut through those excuses and remind us that the possibility of becoming who we are meant to be is always within reach. The beauty of life is that it is full of new beginnings. It doesn't matter if you're in your 20s, 40s, or 60s. You still have the potential to create something new, something meaningful. Some of the most inspiring people in history found their purpose later in life. Colonel Sanders was in his 60s when he created KFC. Vera Wang didn't start designing wedding dresses until she was 40. Laura Ingalls Wilder didn't publish her first book until she was 65. These stories remind us that life isn't a race. There is no timeline that says you must achieve your dreams by a certain age. What matters is that you take the first step, no matter how long it's been since you first had the idea. It's easy to let time pass and think, I'm too old for this now. But in reality, age is just a number, and the greatest regret you can have is not trying. It's never too late to step into your purpose, to embrace your calling, or to turn your dreams into reality. So today, let go of the limiting belief that time has passed you by. The best time to start is now. It's never too late to begin again. Quote 9. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. Albert Einstein. Einstein's words offer a powerful shift in perspective. Often, when we face challenges, we view them as roadblocks, obstacles that hinder our progress. But what if those difficulties are not there to stop us, but to guide us towards something greater? Every challenge, every setback, and every moment of adversity contains within it a seed of opportunity. It may not always be obvious at first. It may require patience, resilience, and a willingness to look beyond the immediate discomfort. But the truth is, difficulties often push us to think differently, to innovate, and to grow in ways we never would have otherwise. Think about the moments in your life when things weren't going the way you planned. Those were often the times when you learned the most, when you grew the most, and when you discovered something about yourself you didn't know before. The obstacles you face are not roadblocks. They're the building blocks for your next level of growth. When you face challenges, you are given the chance to expand your capacity, to strengthen your character, and to uncover solutions you hadn't considered. Many of history's greatest inventions, breakthroughs, and successes have come in the middle of adversity. For instance, the invention of the telephone by Alexander Graham Bell came after multiple failures. The creation of Post-it notes came about as a result of a failed experiment. Even the idea of penicillin, a groundbreaking medical discovery, emerged from a mistake. So the next time you face difficulty, rather than seeing it as a roadblock, ask yourself, what opportunity is hidden within this challenge? What can I learn from this situation that will make me stronger, wiser, or more resilient? Difficulties don't have to defeat you. They can refine you, shape you, and lead you to opportunities you never imagined. Embrace them as a part of your journey, and look for the silver lining that might just be the breakthrough you need. Quote 10. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky. This quote is a call to action, a challenge to step into your potential, and an invitation to boldly pursue your dreams. It's a reminder that playing it safe can often be the riskiest choice you can make. We all have dreams, goals, and desires that we want to achieve. But so often, fear holds us back. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough. And so, we hesitate. We hold back. We stay in our comfort zones, never fully pursuing what we're capable of. But here's the truth. By not taking action, you guarantee failure. You guarantee that nothing will change. You miss out on every opportunity because you didn't even try. Every shot you don't take, every risk you don't pursue, is an opportunity you've missed. The chance to grow, to learn, to stretch your limits, and to achieve something extraordinary. Success doesn't come to those who sit on the sidelines. It comes to those who take risks, who step up to the plate, and who are willing to put themselves out there, even when the odds aren't in their favor. Think about the greatest success stories. They were all built on risks taken, on chances embraced, on opportunities seized. Steve Jobs took the shot of creating Apple, despite the uncertainty. Oprah Winfrey took the shot of being on television, even though she faced rejection. J.K. Rowling took the shot of submitting Harry Potter despite numerous rejections. And each of them changed the world because they didn't let fear stop them from taking the shot. So what's holding you back? What shot do you need to take in your own life? What dream do you need to pursue without waiting for the perfect moment? Remember, the greatest risk is not taking one at all. You won't regret the chances you took. You'll regret the ones you didn't. So take that shot. Go after what you want. And even if you don't succeed right away, you'll grow, you'll learn, and you'll be closer to the person you were always meant to be. The future belongs to those who dare to take the shot. It's time to stop missing opportunities. Start taking them. Each of these powerful wisdom quotes holds a mirror to your inner potential, a reminder that growth begins with the courage to reflect, adapt, and rise. Let these insights guide you not just today but every day forward. If any quote deeply resonated with you, share it in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you found this video inspiring, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss a dose of timeless wisdom here at Bloomsage Nest, your sanctuary for self-discovery, healing, and personal growth. Your journey has only just begun.